So we're going to start with latex acrylic coatings. One has a little bit of a sheen, one is a matte finish. Traditional paints that use synthetic colorants, meaning they're made in the lab, require some type of a protecting film that goes over the surface. By doing so, you're limiting the lifespan of a product from two reasons when you're using it on the outside. You have a UV degradation over time, acid rain is the other, and overall the organic binders are going to fade over the years. But once that resin starts to fade off, you're simply left with no protection. Whether that's a hardy board, a brick, cinder block, EIFS, stucco, it doesn't really matter. So when you purchase a product that not only is less breathable, most people overlook what is the lifespan of this product and the UV protection that I'm getting, right? So if you have a hardy board, for example, and if it's not factory painted, if it was used to paint, with your local painter, for example, you may get 5 to 10 years, but then it starts to fade off, which means if there's no resin, you're missing that protecting film over the cement fiber board. So when we go back to our potassium silicate, which is our masonry stain and soul silicate, it is based on basically no resin. So it's essentially water glass with mineral colorants, but it's not relying on a protecting film because you're not putting a film over the brick. It's simply absorbing. And then the next thing is the water glass ages extremely slowly. So as long as the brick is dry, it's not ruined on the inside with excessive moisture or water. It's going to crystallize and harden like a rock. So the top surface of the brick is going to be permanently this color. And by using mineral colorants pulled directly from the ground, it's going to age extremely slowly. Now, can it get ruined? Absolutely. If there's too much water, moisture damage, everything's going to get ruined. In this event, your brick, mortar, stucco, EIFS will as well. However, if you're in a good environment, this will outlast at least 2 times the latex acrylic coatings. So there's different facets where you use these. If you have a kitchen, if you have a utility room where you're going to be wiping up a lot, yeah, you want an enamel finish or you want something that's going to give you a good protecting film. If you want to use something that requires a UV resistance and more importantly, at least 6 more times breathability than a traditional latex or acrylic, that's where a masonry stain is going to win. So from a marketing perspective, a lot of brands are going to say it'll last 10 years, 15 years. Even Rhino Shield in Florida does a 25-year warranty, which in my eyes is crazy and negligent because a 25-year span, it's hard to believe that a latex, acrylic, or elastomeric coating is going to last that long, even that they're branding a ceramic shield over. The ceramic facet makes the paint stronger, but at the same time, they still are going to use a traditional resin. So I just want you to think about, even if using a polyurethane, an epoxy, there's a resin protecting film, and that's where we went from a solvent oil base to a water-based products like we use today. For that reason, you have these you have these resins, you have these protecting films, you have these polymers that strengthen your product. When it comes to a mineral-based product like this, it's very simple, it ages very slowly, and at the same time, it's not requiring to withstand what this is requiring, which again is that resin a protecting film. Should you have any other questions for us, please reach out, info@mineralstains.com. Thank you so much for attending this video.